We do want to come on the air here with breaking news. In fact, instead of going to that break, out of Atlanta, rapper Young Thug is now pleading guilty in what has become Georgia's longest-running criminal trial. The plea just announced in Fulton County Court just minutes ago. The rapper, whose real name is Jeffery Lamar Williams, was indicted in 2022 on racketeering charges. Prosecutors say the rapper led a street gang that committed murder, armed robbery, carjackings, and also dealt drugs.
Young Thug is out of jail after a guilty plea on gang-related charges, but his arrest has sparked major debate.
Excitement was in the air tonight as family and friends gathered here waiting for Young Thug's release. Now, they weren't able to see the rapper released as he was discreetly driven out of the Fulton County jail.
Critics question if using his crime-related lyrics as evidence was fair or a dangerous precedent for artists.
I take full responsibility for, my crimes or my charges. I want to say sorry to my family, my mom. My mom got 11 kids.
Is the justice system targeting creativity, or is this a case of racism and bias? In this video, we'll unpack the legal drama, the plea deal, and what this means for freedom of expression in the music industry. Don't miss this deep dive into the controversial case.
County judge canceled court for the day in the ongoing YSL racketeering trial as she considers declaring a mistrial. This comes after another misstep in court yesterday by prosecutors. Fox 5's Eric Perry is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest on this case. Eric.
What went down?
Court Judge Paige Whitaker considers a mistrial in this case. I'm told defense attorneys here are possibly talking with District Attorney Bonnie Willis for potential plea deals.
What I'm trying to do is fix your sloppiness.
Young Thug, the celebrated Grammy-winning rapper known offstage as Jeffery Lamar Williams, walked out of jail on the evening of Thursday, October 31st, after spending over 900 days behind bars. His release followed a guilty plea to gang, drug, and gun charges in what became the longest criminal trial in Georgia's history. Williams, now 33, was sentenced to time served and 15 years of probation, marking a dramatic conclusion to a case that had gripped both the legal world and his fans. Prosecutors painted a grim picture of Williams's career, alleging that his rap label, Young Stoner Life Records, was a front for an organized crime syndicate. They accused the label of being linked to 75 to 80% of violent crime in Atlanta, a claim that added weight to their case. Was this prolific artist merely using his platform to creatively express himself, or were his lyrics windows into a dangerous underworld? Such questions loomed over the trial as prosecutors leaned heavily on Williams' music to bolster their claims. In May 2022, Williams was arrested on racketeering and gang-related charges, igniting a legal battle that kept him behind bars for over 2 years. Throughout the trial, prosecutors cited lyrics from his songs as evidence. In one striking example from his 2018 track, Anybody, Williams raps, "I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told them to shoot 100 rounds." Are these the musings of a talented lyricist pushing the boundaries of art? Or do they signal a deeper, more sinister reality? This question underscores a larger debate about how rap lyrics are interpreted in courtrooms across the United States. For decades, rap music has thrived on its raw and unfiltered portrayals of life, often reflecting harsh realities and systemic issues faced by marginalized communities. However, in courtrooms, these same lyrics can morph into weapons wielded by prosecutors. Over the past 20 years, more than 500 criminal cases across the U.S. have cited rap lyrics as evidence, a controversial practice that raises concerns about freedom of expression and racial bias. Does any other genre of music face this level of scrutiny in the legal system? Or is rap being singled out because of its cultural and racial context? Despite his incarceration, Williams' influence on the rap world has not waned. Often hailed as the 21st century's most influential rapper, he has sold over 2.5 million albums, captivating fans with his genre-bending style and poignant storytelling. Yet his trial brought a harsh reality into focus: the blurred line between artistic expression and self-incrimination. For Williams, the lyrics that once brought him fame and fortune became a double-edged sword, threatening to define his legacy in a way he never intended. Young Thug's case is more than a legal drama. It's a cultural flashpoint. It forces us to ask whether we can separate the art from the artist, and whether society is prepared to grant rap the same freedoms afforded to other forms of expression. The answers remain as complex as the man at the center of it all. Moving on, future looks good. A new bill in the U.S. Congress, the Restoring Artistic Protections (RAP) Act, is sparking conversations about race, free speech, and artistic expression. Introduced in 2022 by Congressman Hank Johnson, a black Democrat from Georgia, the bill aims to end the controversial practice of using rap lyrics as evidence in criminal cases. Johnson argues that this practice is blatantly racist. Bringing rap lyrics into the fact-finding process oftentimes is just another way of creating prejudice and bias in the minds of jurors and judges, and that's wrong, he said. Supporters of the bill agree, emphasizing how uniquely rap is targeted. Eric Nielsen, a professor at the University of Richmond, notes, "We've looked at this for decades, and no other fictional form, musical or otherwise, is being targeted this way." Through his research and his 2019 book, Rap on Trial, co-authored with Andrea Dennis, Nielsen has uncovered a troubling trend. Prosecutors are increasingly using rap lyrics to bolster weak cases. But is this really about justice or about perpetuating harmful stereotypes against black men? Nielsen has consulted on over 100 cases involving rap lyrics, and he argues that in none of these instances were the lyrics actual confessions or criminal roadmaps. Instead, they were often stock lyrics, the kind of braggadocious storytelling that has long been a hallmark of the genre. Yet prosecutors cherry-pick these lyrics, using them to stoke fear and reinforce biases in the courtroom. Why are jurors so quick to assume that rap is autobiographical when no one bats an eye at a novelist writing a murder scene? Take the case of Young Thug, who spent over 900 days behind bars before his release. A Grammy-winning artist hailed as one of the most influential rappers of the 21st century, Williams found himself at the center of a legal storm. Prosecutors also charged 28 individuals under Georgia's Racketeer, Influenced and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act, citing murders, armed robberies, and carjackings. A key part of their evidence? Williams' own lyrics. Williams himself has repeatedly stated that his music is just that, music. In a message from jail, he lamented, "This isn't about me or YSL. I always use my music as a form of artistic expression, and I see now that black artists and rappers don't have that freedom." Prosecutors, however, argue that the use of lyrics is fair game when they can draw a direct connection to a crime. In one 2020 case, Los Angeles authorities used footage from a rapper's music video, which featured the same gun used in a shooting. as evidence. While the artist was acquitted of murder, he pleaded guilty to other charges. Former Los Angeles Deputy District Attorney Phil Sterling defends the tactic, stating, "There are murders that occur in the rap world because of connections with gang members. If the use of rap lyrics is racist, let's do away with it. But who suffers in the end? The victims are mostly black and brown." This perspective, however, misses the bigger picture. By selectively using rap lyrics to paint a picture of guilt, prosecutors aren't just targeting individuals, they're attacking an entire culture. As Nielsen points out, the strategy perpetuates damaging stereotypes about young black men and criminality. Why are black artists being forced to defend their creativity in ways other artists never have to? Would a country singer be put on trial for singing about heartbreak and whiskey? Lawmakers in states like California and New York have started pushing back, advancing bills to limit the use of lyrics in courtrooms. New Jersey's Supreme Court even overturned a rapper's conviction after prosecutors used his lyrics to sway a jury, ruling that the tactic had poisoned the jury. The RAP Act, if passed, would bring these protections to the federal level, marking a significant step forward. But will it be enough to change the deeply ingrained biases that have plagued the justice system for decades? For Young Thug, his time behind bars became a rallying cry for other artists. Michael Render, better known as Killer Mike, has been vocal about the injustice of Williams' arrest. If you were writing a movie and something happens that's coincidentally similar to the movie, I'm not going to charge you and your whole movie set as a cartel, he argued. But rap, he says, is an easy target because society is quick to dismiss it as an art form. Most of society isn't going to fight for the rights of those they consider beneath them or an art form they consider below them. The bias against rap goes beyond the courtroom. It reflects a broader societal discomfort with a genre that dares to be raw, unapologetic, and unfiltered. Rap tells stories of struggle, triumph, and pain, stories that many don't want to hear. But as Congressman Jamal Bowman, representing the Bronx, the birthplace of hip-hop, puts it, hip-hop is art, it is literature, it is poetry, it is free speech, it is journalism, and it should be protected as such. It should not be criminalized. The fight for artistic freedom is far from over. Whether the RAP Act passes or not, the conversation it has sparked is crucial. Why should black artists have to defend their right to create? How many more rappers will be silenced before the justice system recognizes rap as the art form it is? Young Thug's case is a stark reminder that this isn't just about lyrics. It's about respect, freedom, and the right to tell one's story without fear of persecution. Will the system finally listen? Or will it continue to play the same old tune of bias and prejudice?